Years ago, I carried around the pain, blame, and shame that came from sexual abuse. It tormented me every single day. My self-image, the way I saw myself, was in ruins. I hated who I had become. I thought I was unforgivable, unlovable, and unchangeable. During that time, I went to see my counselor, and I was 48 years old. I unloaded my whole life. It was like Niagara Falls gushing out of me. He told me a truth that started a change in me. And he said, "Anne, none of this is your fault. This should never have happened to you." Well, it was the first time in 20 years that someone told me the truth about sexual abuse. I felt the truth of that statement deep inside of me, and it brought life. And since it was true, well, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Maybe this isn't my fault. Maybe I'm a good person, and my self-image was awakened that day. Over time, my self-image shifted. Now, it took longer than I'd hoped, but the shift was real. I went from feeling terrible about who I was to feeling good about who I am. Most people spend the majority of their lives unaware of how they view themselves because they're too focused on what others think of them, and it becomes a never-ending cycle. Yet the way we see ourselves determines so much of our behavior. A negative self-image is rooted in lies like, "I am unforgivable. What I did was too wrong to be forgiven. I'm unlovable. If people knew who I really was, they would never love me. And I'm unchangeable. It just screams, there is nothing that I can do about this." These aren't the only lies we believe, but they are subtle and become our belief system. You may discover as you tell your story that you have other lies that make up your negative self-image. The way we live comes out of these lies, and we begin to develop an attitude towards ourselves and others that negatively impact all of our relationships. This all becomes our self-talk. We become defeated. We whine and complain because that gives us momentary relief. Complaining is an act of defeat. Confession is an act of obedience. This journey of confession and storytelling requires a conscious, unswerving commitment to honesty with ourselves. It requires us to dig deep inside and become aware of how we view ourselves. In telling our stories, we actually begin to change our self-image. This is the first requirement for growth. When you become aware of your own negative self-image, you can begin to see the changes you need to make in order to develop a healthy view of yourself. Your self-image will begin to change when you truly believe that you are lovable, forgivable, and changeable. The change starts in your mind, and then you begin to act differently. Although we may have help along the way, we are the only ones that can do this for ourselves. We start doing this by exposing the lies and deception we have believed about God, others, and ourselves for many years. There are many lies, and they keep you confused and defeated. As truth is revealed, we begin to see them more clearly. All of us have a past with pain and bad memories. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly in all of our stories. But through confession, we come to a new place of honesty about all of it. As we look back at all the things that have happened, we develop the ability to screen out the lies that form our self-image so that only the beautiful remains. This is really true. I know it's possible because I experienced it. It takes a lot of courage to press on when you want to shrink back. I remember many times I didn't want to go deeper with my feelings and memories because I didn't think I could go on. I was frozen. There were times I actually canceled my therapy appointments. As women of truth, we are here to help you carry your burden. This is the beauty of confession. We begin to understand what your burden is as you admit your need. No one can help you carry your load if you keep it a secret. How would we ever know? One thing I know, your load will become lighter as you share your story. Many of us will find new levels of freedom as we open up our lives to one another. When we're willing to be honest and bring our stories into the light, our self-image will begin to change, and we as women will experience deep connection. In this process, you become more self-aware and learn to manage the internal world of self. Dr. Dobbins says, you were not born with the view you have of yourself. This is something you learned once you got here. No matter what's happened to you or how you see yourself today, you can actually change your self-image. Ladies, the truth is you are forgivable, you are lovable, and you are changeable.